Hello friends! So last season I was teaching snowboarding in Japan, and this is the recap video. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. I flew into Tokyo on November 29th, had my favorite cup noodles, and then flew to Sapporo the very next day. This trip went beyond my expectations, from the food to meeting new friends both from around the world and also locally, and of course the powder snow. I have never seen this much snow in my life. I was teaching in Niseko village, one of the 4 resorts that are connected on the mountain, and that's us with the green instructor uniforms. Most of my days looked like this. Hanging out on the ski lift and looking at Mount Yote, which you'll see later, but let me give you a sneak peek of the highlights. Eating these delicious cheese tarts, literally freezing on the beginner lift because of the blowing snow, taking in the bluebird days, and also morning runs in the fresh pow. It was so good. So most days, I'm only teaching 2 lessons, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
First date, first ever time turning. You're gonna need to pick it up and I'm gonna take
In the evening, we often went to the busiest convenience store I've ever seen, went to the onsens, had some partying, and also driving home in a blizzard was a common occurrence. Here's the most central convenience store in Harafu, starting with the chips, and then getting more snacks, and then of course some breakfast. I love these crustless sandwiches. The strawberry and chocolate ones are my favorite. And then the longest line ever. Also, get this mint chocolate ice cream. So December was super busy, but come January we were able to get some days off. So on the first bluebird day, I finally got a chance to take myself up to the peak. I go over to Harafu, go to gate 3, and start making my way up the mountain. You can hear me huffing and puffing as I'm hiking, but look at the view of Mount Yote. So once you're at the top, you get this view. You can go left to the south peak of Mount Niseko and Apuri, or go east to some of the other gates. Looking over the back bowl of the mountain, you can see an onsen that you can ski to, and I think sometimes you can see the sea from here. And there's this little sign at the very top that says, "You made it to the South Peak." We got these beautiful photos, and then you just, you go down the mountain when you feel like it. And then if you look back the way you came, then you can see the town of Harafu, and it is just a beautiful view. So the rest of this footage is actually like quite choppy in me going down. I'd never used a GoPro before. This was the very first shot, or the very first run that I'd taken with the GoPro. So I'm not going to include all of it, but you kind of get the gist, going all the way down. Also, if you're skiing Harafu, you have to stop at Poyoso for lunch. This is like a cute little mountain hut. I think you can also stay there overnight. I mean, you don't have to, but it's great for lunch. Go before or after the lunch rush. This season was lovely. I feel like I've been snowboarding for like more than 10 years at this point, but this was the first time that I really tried out snowboarding in like the gullies, actually felt confident snowboarding in the trees. I feel like it was the first time that I'd actually experienced powder after snowboarding in Ontario for most of my life. That's pretty special. Oh, and another thing that I highly recommend is you should rent a Gentem stick. It's a snowboard specifically designed for the powder in Niseko. I rented one for my birthday and it's totally worth it seeing the difference.
Wow.
They're little balls.
That's wild.
Little balls.
Alright, let's talk about the food. The yuzu drink is great. Going to the grocery store, the popular cup noodles are cheese curry and chili tomato, but also don't forget to try the tom yum and this miso one. This sujiri matcha milk mix is delicious and also double the price if you buy it here in Canada. And look at this cute Koala's March gingerbread house that they had on sale for Christmas. Yeah, they have their mini donuts, they have this cheese chicken from Lawson, which is delicious, and at the convenience store you can get this custard taiyaki, delish. Oh, and of course, just try all the desserts. Here are my favorite chips: crinkle cut, Ringolo, regular, other deliciousness, tiny gummies made of fruit juice. This is sesame oil, chips, sweet potato chips, vegetable chips and waffle heart shapes, and super crispy salt and pepper. And these are kind of the highlights that I would totally go back and eat again. But do not forget to get creamy ice cream wherever you find it in Japan. It is absolutely the best.
Loved it. Let's go.
Then for dinner, you've got your gyoza, you've got your bars, you got your sushi places, ramen places.
Oh yeah.
Soup curry. Got these hot pot places. Definitely go to Kuchan if you have a car. And oh my gosh, I feel like the duck soba and the udon place were some of my favorites. And of course, you can't go wrong. And of course, we can't forget to talk about the gates. The gates are such a interesting thing that I've never seen before, and my first foray into backcountry. But man, you can watch the footage, and the powder, the ability to actually explore, unparalleled. So fun.
Wow! Where am I? Woohoo!
And if 4 resorts wasn't enough, you also have Moiwa, which is like a 10-minute drive from like the edge of Annapurna, and they have so much powder. They also have additional gates, and it's like way less tracked out. We've got fresh tracks like, you know, at like 11 a.m. and that's not even early. So highly recommend that. And of course there's like, you know, the lines are way shorter than what you'd get at some of the other main Niseko resorts. Also, 40 minutes away from actual Niseko United resorts, you've got Rusutsu, and at Rusutsu, you've got this like, basically just like this big area that doesn't really have any places that are like marked as like out of bounds, and so basically all of it's sort of free for all for you to explore, and you know, tons of powder, even if it hadn't snowed the night before, which I was super impressed by. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, definitely make time to go to Rusutsu if you do have the time.
Okay, ready!
Oh my gosh, I had never seen this much snow in my life. Here is me for size.
Yeah, I've seen better ones. Yeah! Okay, you may go.
Yeah, overall, what a lovely season.